Hi everybody. Sorry I'm a few minutes late, but I was casting on. I finished the sleeve that I was doing last week, but that's really about it actually. I'm not really done much at all. Except finish the sleeve. Hi Nathan. Hi Nathan. Yeah, I've been a bit boring really. I've not done an awful lot. Ah, hi Judy. Just knitting my first row on my second sleeve. Hello, Daniel. Hello, sweetie pie. How are you? Hi, Ginger. Hi, June. Yeah. You doing all right, Daniel? Hey, Froggy went to knitting. Hello there. Hello, anybody I might have missed. I hope I haven't missed anybody. How am I doing? I'm not doing bad, actually. I seem to have got rid of the most of me cold, although I still sound a bit nasal. But it definitely was a cold. It wasn't anything sinister. It wasn't the old dreaded COVID or anything. I'm doing a lot better, Daniel. I had a shocking cold last week, but thankfully most of it has gone. I mean, we tend to think, oh my God, it's COVID when you get a snish, don't you? But it was just a cold. Yeah. I had to go to the hospital, not for me COVID. I went for me. It was funny. I've never liked this new CPAP machine, which is a breathing machine which helps me breathe when I'm sleeping. Never really liked it. And I went and I saw a bloke this time, not the woman. And basically, what she told me last time was a pile of yes. She hadn't linked the machine up properly. So I've been all this time with it linked up wrong, which is no wonder I've not been feeling great. And also, what she told me about I couldn't have the same mask as I already had was again a pile of because he produced one and said, oh, don't know why she told you that. I said, well, I suggest you put her in for some retraining. I said, I don't usually complain about people. But I said, I said, I've been managing, I said, for 6 months with this machine not right. So anyway, he said he'd have a word with her, yeah. Hi, Esther. Hi, Claire. I wouldn't say fantastic, Esther, but I'm feeling a lot better than I was last week when I was very, very snotty but civil, to put it politely. My eye is still running, but I've got some new glasses now, not glasses from the optician. I've got like goggles that go around to wear when I'm on my scooter because this eye that's been done, it just decides it wants to run like a tap. Doesn't like any cold or any wind or anything on it. So the girls at Knit Club decided I look like Biggles, but I shall persevere. I'm not the kind of lady who is too proud to wear her specs, yeah? So I shall wear my Biggles glasses and I don't care. Right. So, but I won't model them on, well, I can't model them on here because they're in the bedroom, or two pair are actually on my scooter. I've got drinks holders on the scooter, but instead of putting drinks in them, I put my sunglasses and my glasses. Well, you can't be too prepared, can you? Yeah. Hello, Mia or Shalee, right. Oh, Blind Stitches, have you changed your name now? Or are you a different lady that's Blind Stitches? I get confused. We seem to have about two or three, don't we, that come under the name of heading of Blind Stitches, Blind Crochet, Blind whatever. So you do excuse me if I get a bit confused with you. It's not intentional, yeah. So how's everybody else doing on here? You're all asking me how I'm doing. I'm going to ask you how you are all doing. How are you doing? Hope nobody's got the dreaded COVID. I hope you're all right. Those of you who've got snow, tough bunnies because we don't have any. And those of you who've got high winds, well, we don't have any of that either. Makes a change, people in the US having worse weather than us. Yeah. If you're asking about Sue, that baby has not made its appearance as yet. We're beginning to think that she had the wrong dates because the hospital are not concerned, which they would be if she was about 12 days overdue. And they're not. So we're presuming that she got her dates wrong here. So, so I can't give you any news about Sue and her great grandchild. I nearly said great granddaughter, it's a boy. It's below zero, Ginger. Oh, it's not here. It says it's not degrees C here. It has been cold. My son's lit the fire for me because I was a bit cold before. I had to put this jacket on, which is really supposed to be like an outdoor jacket in the spring. Yeah. You're getting ready for sleet in Georgia. Oh my goodness. Oh God. People go crackers, don't they? It's like they've never seen food before, my goodness. There's always food of some description. It was the same in the UK here. They all went bonkers buying silly things and toilet rolls and God knows what else. I mean, what's with the world, yeah? You've got a poorly puppy. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, well, I know what it's like because we had Poppy, if you remember. Poppy was poorly for all the time she was on her season. She was poorly for 4 weeks. Um, we spent more time at the vet than we did home. Hi, Chris. Hi, Heather. I did wonder because you call golden balls, I thought, you can't be a lady. Hi, Sandra. Yeah, I hope you're all okay. Yeah. Oh, you've had a bit of a migraine, Chris. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah. Oh, why have you got bad news, Henry? Henry's not telling us why he's got bad news. Oh, you've got COVID. Oh, well, keep it to yourself, love. Don't breathe on the rest of us in here. I think we're all COVID free in here, so yeah. It's 44 degrees. Make sure your devices are charged and ready to go. What are you in danger of over there? Are you in danger of fire, winds, hurricanes? What are you in danger of over there in Georgia? I know you get these hurricane warnings, don't you, and things like that. I know Miguel had said it was very windy because he wasn't going to his Saturday knit club meeting because he said he wasn't going out in the wind because it makes him feel bad. Takes his breath or something like that. So, yeah, I've got me a Los Angeles mug today. I've got me chocolate, and my son just shouted at me because they were giving me a lecture about my diabetes. Yeah. So, but do I care? Oh no, that's the problem, Henry. If you don't work, you don't get any money. That is a sad state of affairs. You'll have to rely on whatever you've got in the house or rely on your relatives. That's about all I can suggest, Henry. Good evening, Connie. Oh, you're in danger of ice. Oh my goodness, no. We don't get a lot of sort of weather, if you know what I mean, bad weather over here on the coast. They say it's because of the salt in the air, because of the sea, that we don't get much in the way of frost or anything. Hi, Denise. How are you doing? I hope you don't get ice anyway. Ice isn't nice. I don't like to go out if it's icy because I'm frightened of slipping. Oh, I think I've gone wrong here. Excuse me for one moment while I see where I've made a boo-boo. Aha, found it. I've got to tink, people. If you understand what tink is, tink means you have to go back stitch by stitch. I'm all right with ribbing when I get. Oh, you haven't got any relatives? Oh my goodness, well, you are on your own then. You can't go to the soup kitchen, can you? Because you've got COVID. Oh, dearie me. I hope you're good at living on fresh air and water then. Sorry, I can't suggest anything more what's it? Because you can't go shopping anyway if you've got any money because you've got to stay in. So, uh, it's a beggar, isn't it, getting COVID when you're on your own? Because, I was very lucky. I had my niece. She brought things. Otherwise, well, I wouldn't have starved because I always have a load of tins and stuff in the house. Yeah, praying you don't get it. Yeah, I'm thinking back because I'd pearled 3 instead of pearling 2. So I'm back there now. I'm back on the right track now. Thank goodness it wasn't at the beginning of the row, yeah. You're in line for 1.5 inches of rain and high winds or an ice storm. Oh, I think we're very lucky over here then, yeah. One of your friends is going to drop some food at the door. That's good. It's nice to have friends. My niece took care of me, yeah. Well, you'll have to get somebody else to do it, Henry. You'll have to just tell them that you can't do it. You can't be breathing on the animals with COVID. I'm not sure if animals can catch it, but it's it's not wise to go out anyway. If you've got COVID, you need to stay home. Have you been vaccinated? That's the main thing, because if you've been vaccinated, apparently you're not as poorly. Yeah. Hi, Ethan. Hi. How are you doing? Welcome to me going wrong with my knitting party. I've only done 2 rows and I did one of them wrong. It's not a very good start to the evening, is it? Two rows done. All is not in vain. I've done 2 rows. Oh, goodness me. Got a snitchy nose now. I did the other sleeve. I did finish the sleeve. There you go, a lot of knitting. Hi, Granny D. I believe you've been poorly. How are you doing? I'm making a cardigan, Connie, yeah. You're in bed with layers on and you're under the blankets, Miguel. It's freezing. Oh, my goodness. The cold's mostly gone, yeah. Yeah. You're getting ready for snow as well, Granny D. Everybody's getting ready for snow except me. We're not getting ready for snow. Yeah, I believe you've been poorly, Granny D, so Miguel was saying, yeah. He said you wasn't well. Well, you'll have to take care of yourself, Henry. That's all I can suggest. Is try and have a drink, even if you don't eat anything. Hiya, Ben. How are you, darling? We're all right here. Everybody's preparing for snow that's in the US. No, we never get good snow anymore, but be careful what you wish for, Connie. We don't really want any snow, do we? It's pretty to look at snow, isn't it? But well, you will feel rubbish. I had it 2 years ago and I was rotten for 3 weeks. I hate to cheer you up, Henry, but I was poorly for 3 weeks. Oh, you're freezing as well, are you, Bev? Oh, get under the duvet. Wrap yourself up in a duvet. God, you can't afford to put the heating on these days, can you? I've got my fire lit. It's roaring away. Try and make you feel all warm. Look at that, roaring away. Does that make you feel any warmer, Ben? Looking at me fire. I was cold before. It really was cold. I swapped the jacket I had on for this one because it's got a lining. It's all right, Miguel. If you go quiet, we'll know you've nodded off. Yeah, my son lit it before and it wouldn't get going. He said the kindling was a bit damp. Anyway, it's all right now. Oh, I don't like snow or if it's snow, I have to stay in because my scooter doesn't like snow. Doesn't really like ice either, but it doesn't like snow. Yeah. Oh God, I wouldn't have one of those, Ben. I wouldn't have one of them smart meters. Make me paranoid every time I switch anything on. I'd rather not know. I'd rather get the eek moment when the bill comes in. Yeah. 51 degrees F. Right. It's not degrees C here. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit because I haven't got my phone with me. My phone's over there somewhere. So it's not degrees C here and it says it's got fog. We don't have it here, but there's always loads of crashes when it's foggy because people always drive silly. When it's foggy, you drive slow, you put your headlights on or your fog lights on, and you drive slow. You don't go hell for leather down the road like it's nothing wrong. And then they wonder why they crash. It's 10 degrees C. What's that, indoors or outdoors? Yeah. Hello, Jean. Hello, everybody, she says. As I said before, there's no great-grandbaby yet for Sue. We think she must have got her dates wrong. She said she'd let me know as soon as baby's born. But there's no sign of him yet. I'm sure they wouldn't let her go 12 days, 13 days overdue. So I think she has got the dates wrong. You wish your hens would look after themselves. You'll have to put your great big coat on your mittens and dash out as quick as you can. Because you can't leave them out, Miguel. You know, other animals might be hungry. I got up yesterday at 3 in the afternoon. That's probably because my machine, CPAP machine, hadn't been working properly. So when I get it fixed and it worked, I slept until 3 in the afternoon. You watched a documentary of a place in the UK, but you can't remember where it is. That sounds exactly like you, Miguel. Go and get some medication, but don't breathe on anybody if you're going outside. Don't give it to anybody else. You're lurking and you're working. I wish I could lurk. Oh, dear. I can't lurk, otherwise there won't be anybody talking, will there? Never mind. I need to do my roots. Oh, God. Getting more like Lily Savage with every day that goes by. Yeah. Ah, dearie me. So what does anybody know? I know nothing. I've not been anywhere. I have been anywhere. I've been to the hospital, didn't I? But that was only for my CPAP machine. It was not for anything untoward. But apart from that, I've not. Oh, I went to Knit Club, yeah. Went to Knit Club. That's where I've been. It was in the Cotswolds. I think I've been to the Cotswolds once, but I'm very bad at remembering where I've been and where I haven't been. I might live in the UK, but I've seen surprisingly little of it, you know. Yeah, hold your breath while you're going out there, Henry. Yeah. Oh, well, you're all right then, Sandra, if you've got alternative. A lot of the UK is beautiful, Miguel. It's beautiful and green because we get a lot of rain, water. So that's why it always looks lovely and beautiful and green and picturesque in the UK. We don't have like deserts or anything like that. So it always does. You're preparing tomorrow's church service while you listen. Right, okie dokie. If you don't speak up, we'll know where you are. Hiya, Cass. How are you doing? Hello, Deborah. Hope you're all cold free, ice free, snow free. Apart from Miguel, who's freezing. He's just got out to make a cup of tea. Don't spill it on your duvet, will you, when you do it? You need to get a straw. Oh, Pam Ayres, yeah. Pam Ayres, yeah. She makes up little funny poems, yeah. That's who she is. She makes up amusing poems. She's been doing it for donkey's years, yeah. I believe she has got a series out where she goes on visits everywhere. I've been watching all these country walks in Yorkshire with various people. You've had COVID and flu. I just had a cold, Kaz. You're just being greedy. COVID and flu. That's being greedy. Save some for somebody else, yeah. No, I've been watching these walks in Yorkshire. They set off. Yeah, they walk about 6 miles, yeah. Yeah, we do have Valentine's Day in England, February the 14th, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we have quite a lot of, countryside walks and seaside walks. Yeah, in Yorkshire. They were walking all over the place. There's quite a few quite famous people. Yeah, Kaz is an overachiever, getting flu and COVID at the same time, yeah. I know you're not in England, Miguel, but we have some beautiful walks if you like watching things like that. I'm sure they must be on YouTube. Oh, you've got flu as well, have you, Lisa? You're just all being greedy. You're getting. And I didn't give it you because mine was just a cold, so I did not give it you. No, I didn't. No, I know. I was really, really ill, but it was like 2 and a bit years ago, but I wouldn't want it again, that's for sure. Oh, you went to a petting zoo with 2 alpacas, 2 sheep, and 2 goats, rabbits, guinea pigs. You had a lovely day. Oh my God, Miguel would have gone with you if he'd have known. Yeah, we have some beautiful places in England. We've got some grotty places as well, I won't lie. But we have got some beautiful places. I was in bed for 3 weeks. 3 weeks I was in bed. Yeah. Your neighbours, they're going to be putting the pics on the Instagram, yeah. I hope you're better now, Kaz. Having cold and having flu and COVID, yeah. That's just being plain greedy, isn't it? Yeah. What with that, we've had Granny D being poorly, we've got Lisa being poorly, we've got Henry being poorly. How many more? Thank goodness it's not me. My friend kept cheering me up saying, it must be COVID, you know, it must be COVID. I said, it's not COVID. The teacup didn't stay hot. You'll have to buy yourself one of those insulated cups when you can get back out again, Miguel. They're really good. They keep everything roasty hot because you put the lid on. If you remember, I had one that, you know, I could never drink it because it was too hot, yeah. Yeah, I always wear my mask when I go anywhere, Jeannie. I know I've been triple vaccinated, but even so, you know, better to be safe than sorry, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not one of these people who wanders about saying, it'll never happen to me. Hi, Shad, how you doing? Miguel's freezing cold. Everybody else has had COVID and flu and cold. So how are you, Shad? Yeah, tea stays hot if you get. They're not all that expensive. You probably get one at Dollar Tree or somewhere. You know, those insulated mugs with the lid on. I believe it works for cold as well, yeah. My dad used to always swear by vitamin C. He used to get those tablets that you dissolve in water. Yeah. Oh my God, Dollar Tree is 125. Well, that still won't break the bank, will it, Miguel? I know it's a wily little mug, this Omicron, is it called? You've been lucky so far. Well, I've been lucky this time around after having it two and a bit years ago. All you can do is just take care and just hope for the best. There's no guarantee. You know, even if you've been vaccinated, there's still no guarantee. I still won't take a chance. Don't start, Miguel. $2.97. Come over to the UK. You would absolutely die at the price of our petrol. You'd never fill your tank up. You'd have to get a mortgage or a bank loan. Oh dear. Hey, I don't know. I'll just say to everybody, I went to the hospital about my CPAP machine. He discovered it was linked up wrong, so it hadn't been working. No wonder I've been tired. Baba. So he got it working for me, and what did I do? I slept till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Everybody thought I died. My gran lived to 90 something, and every morning she used to have a fresh egg with milk, with a little bit of sugar and a drop of brandy if she had it. If she didn't, she put a drop of sherry in it. And she used to call it a pick me up. And if ever I'm poorly, I do the same thing. Beat a raw egg up. It has to be a very fresh raw egg. You have to know where it's come from. Um, a fresh egg, beaten up with some milk, a little bit of sugar, and a drop of whatever spirits you've got. And she used it every morning most of her life, and she lived till she was 90 odd. Yeah. I keep thinking I'm going to start doing it as well. She used to call it a pick me up. Yeah. I tell you, whenever I've been poorly and I don't feel like eating or anything, no, you don't put eggs in your tea. Eggs for tea, she means for a meal. I could live off chucky eggs. I could, honestly, I could live off eggs. I love an egg. I like them any way they come, scrambled, fried, poached, boiled, any way they come. I just love eggs. Yeah. When I was really, really poorly with the COVID, that's all I lived on. A boiled egg, bit of bread, and that's what I lived on. That's all I could stomach. Tea in England is dinner time. It depends where you come from. It's a great big argument, isn't it, Jeannie? Oh, it's just, no, you can eat it. It doesn't taste like a raw egg. It tastes a bit like eggnog, to be quite honest, when you've made it. Let me look at my fire. Oh, it's still all right. Don't need to put any more. Don't need to put another log on it. I have to keep my eye on it because I let it go out otherwise. No, it tastes a bit like eggnog if you've ever had eggnog. Or avocado, whatever they call it. You haven't seen a soul. Oh, I meant to show you my hat that came. I bought a balaclava type hat off the internet. It was gorgeous. It's knitted thing, fur all the way around it, a drawstring that pulls up, and it's got a bit that comes across your nose. Ooh. I meant to show you, but I took it in the other room. Oh, you didn't get the right brandy then, Denise. It's lovely brandy. You've never had eggnog. Hi, Proverbs. I wouldn't like eggnog, like, I used to drink snowballs and stuff like that. I was looking for something to drink here, and actually I've got a pink gin liqueur. It's watered down with lemonade. So, I won't be singing later. But at the moment, I'm drinking my coffee. I thought I'd bought something else, at Christmas time and not drunk it. But apparently, we've got no Coca-Cola in the house. So I can't have. I've got brandy, I've got rum, but they all need a mixer. Anyway, we discovered this pink gin liqueur. It's strawberry or something. Strawberry gin liqueur, so I'm having some of that, yeah. Everybody in the US getting snow. You won't get snow in Texas, surely, Miguel. Oh, I got some beautiful shortbread biscuits off my ex-husband. But I got some, he got me some Marks and Spencer's ones, and they were really, really good, yeah. Oh, you've made non-alcoholic eggnog. All right, Ray. I do like a little nip of something in my eggnog, I must admit. Just a little nip. Not a lot, just a little nip. Oh, Janet, behave yourself. Stop knitting when you should be purling. I'm knitting a sleeve of a cardigan. I only like shortbread biscuits if they're decent ones. I don't like the cheap ones you get at the cheap shops. They're not made with butter. I like proper butter shortbread. Yeah. Yeah, I've made one sleeve. I'm making another. Ooh, big sleeve. Oh, oh dear. You finished the jumper you were knitting, Cass. Oh, that's great, isn't it? Yeah. You're not getting out of bed again. All right. Blow you then, Miguel. If you nod off, we'll know it's you. I'm not doing that well at all, Jeannie. Or Jean. I'm being quite slow. I'm very slow at knitting. I've still got to make some I've been conned into making some squares at Knit Club. One of them, who can't knit or crochet, she's absolutely useless, decided we would be making things to sell for fun. She can't do anything. I don't know why she bothers. And then somebody decided we'd all make little squares to put in this blanket. God knows what's going to happen with this blanket. I don't know. I'll make them a few squares and then I'll have done. I like to know what I'm making, where I'm making it, what's happening to it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you remember that knit club I went to and I didn't like it because they made me feel very unwelcome. Yeah. Well, there was 4 ladies at the afternoon knit club that had been going there and they're not going anymore because of the same lady that I had the row with. Apparently she made fun of me because I was in my scooter, which is great because she has an electric wheelchair. She was making fun of me and then she said, she hasn't come back. I thought, oh, if I'd have known you were making fun of me, I'd have poked you in the eye. Scooter, wheelchair, and a wheelchair. It's not nice, is it? She's disabled herself, so she shouldn't make fun of anybody in a scooter. Hey. Anyway, 4 people stopped going as well as me, so it's not just me that was being awkward, as my son seemed to think it was me that was being the awkward one. So if 4 other people have stopped going, that proves that she is a bit of a biatch, yeah. But she was the one. They only make things for charity, apparently. So she'll tell you what she wants you to make, and she expects you to make it for the week after, which wouldn't suit me at all. I'll do things for charity. I don't mind being asked to do things for charity, but not being told, oh, can you make 6 of these for next week? No, that doesn't set right with me at all. Being saying, would you mind making some of these? And not giving me a deadline. Well, she's put me, there's another lady, and 4. She's put 6 people off. Yeah, poke her in the eye with a knitting needle. I don't mind doing things for charity, but when you go to a knit and natter group, you don't like being organised. I don't anyway. Right, we're all going to make so and so for next week. Hello. Oh, thank you, Shad. Yeah, we've still got a bit of food left in the freezer. Well, we were expecting 14 people on Boxing Day, and they got COVID, so they couldn't come. That's how come I know I've not got COVID, because I've not seen anybody, yeah? Yeah. That's what I bought my balaclava for, with the fur around it. It's pretty. It is pretty. I'll put it on and take a photo and put that on my Facebook. Because it's really a nice balaclava or hoodie or whatever you want to call it. I just saw it advertised on Facebook and I thought, some of the things on Facebook, you wonder if you're ever going to get them, don't you? Because you hear so many people who pay their money and never get things. So I thought, well, I'll take a chance. Anyway, I did. I got it, yeah. Yeah, like I say, Jeannie, I don't mind being asked if I would mind doing something. That means if you feel like doing it, you do it. If you don't, you don't it? Oh, my fire's going out. Hang on. I need another log on my fire. Oh, 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 oh. Oh my God, every picture tells a story. Dear, dear. Oh, my idiot. Oh, I forgot to plug my flowers in, didn't I? I know Chris likes to look at the flowers. There we go. You can see them. You did a video on it, yeah. I'm getting some wool, but it was a swapsy. It wasn't a. Um, it's not free wool. I sound like you, do I? What creak, creak? Yeah, I'm getting some wool. I don't know what it'll be. It's from a friend. We used to go to. Oh, I'll move over then. Somebody can see my flowers. Um, I used to go to a knit club with her in Bolton, and then she decided she would move, and she went living in Devon. So she has a wool shop down in Devon, and she wanted one of my poncho-y things, like a shoulder poncho and a cardigan. So she asked me how much. So I said, well, I haven't sold them, so we can do a swap. So she's going to send me some wool up from her. I know I've got absolutely gazillions of wool, but every now and again you want something different, don't you, that you haven't had to look at for about a year and a half. Um, so it'd be nice to get something, yeah. Oh, my jacket, don't you like it? It's Indigo Moon. I love their stuff. It's not cheap, but they're the kind of things that you can drag out year after year. I've had this about 4 or 5 years now. Look how beautiful it is. You know me and my jazzy stuff. I've actually ordered a poncho thing from Moonbeams and Mayhem, which is one of my favourite shops. Fortunately for me, they don't do my size a lot because their stuff is really expensive. Anyway, they had a very lightweight, like a poncho thing. So I've ordered that. That should be coming by next week, yeah. Oh, hiya, Dean. Oh, Bolton, yeah. I used to go to a knit club in Bolton. It was in Costa, yeah, if you know where Costa is. Haven't been for ages, though. Hiya, Donna. What am I doing? I'm doing some knitting, Donna, yeah. Yeah, I thought it'd be nice to have a swap. Yeah, I did see Tex having a bit of a strop. Yeah. Oh my goodness me. Oh, I'd only do one, Gina. It's cheeky asking you to do more. Just say I'll give you the pattern and then you can get other people to make some. That's what I would do. Yeah. Yeah, how have you been doing, Donna? You've been missing. Yeah, I know people take you for granted, don't they? You know what I mean? You do one, don't you? And it takes you forever to make it because I imagine a sheep is, it takes forever to do a sheep. I mean, I got asked at the knit club, can you make teddy bears? I went, no. I said, I don't do things with faces. I says, anyway, you can't sell things like that. I said, because if it's for children, you've got to adhere by all these British standards. You've got to have British standard stuffing, you've got to have British standard wool. Everything's got to be safety. You can't have safety eyes. You've got to have everything because if it's for a baby and it swallows it, there's all sorts of legislations for making toys. So I don't want to go down that road. If I made anything, I've got a pattern for a lovely little dolly actually, but it's for me because it's got loads of little clothes. It's only a little thing. But I wouldn't make it for anybody else. I'd only make it for myself, yeah. I'm not making teddy bears, am I there, Dickens? I don't want to get in trouble, you know. Because they're bound to give them to a baby, aren't they? Hi, baby. How are you doing? Welcome to the club. Yeah, it's cheeky when they, can you make a few? No, I made one. What more? Oh, I know. I saw Melanie Hammond passed away. Yeah. I didn't really know her all that well, although I have watched one or two of her videos. But it's very sad when anybody young passes away, isn't it, really? Oh, I won't make blankets. I tell everybody, no, don't make blankets. I made the throw, but that's for my daughter in law. That's different. Didn't really want to make that, to be quite truthful, but I did. I've got another one to make, but would I make it for anybody else? No. The lady who I made the crocheted coat for, in squares, she, oh God, what on earth is that weirdos? Whatever. Um, she wanted me to make a throw, and I said, no, thank you. My friend said, oh, you'd make it if the price was right. I said, no, I wouldn't. No, no money in the world would make me make another throw, yeah. She's let me down as well, that lady. She said she'd help me to market and sell, the things I've got in the shed. And all of a sudden now she's too busy. Mm. I don't mind if people don't say things. I just don't like it when people tell you things and they go back on their word. That's two people just recently who's done that to me. Promised to help me with things and then don't. Yeah. Oh, I bet you got a few people wanting one, didn't you, Jean? As soon as they see something you make, oh, can you make me one? Yeah, $100. I hate it when people do that. Yeah. The worst one I had was a lady said to me, could I make her a granny square cardigan, a shorty one in white and pink? And I said, yeah, shades of pink. She said, doesn't matter if it's shades of pink, just, any colours will do. So when I told her the price, she went, oh, can't you use your bits and pieces for it? She said, I don't mind paying for the white, but I don't want to pay for all the bits and pieces. I said, excuse me, but I had to pay for the bits and pieces. I said, and she goes, oh, I'm only a student. I said, well, ask your grandma to make you one then. I thought, how cheeky. She only wanted to pay for the white. And then she grumbled how much it was for me to crochet it for her. I don't click on anything, Miguel, so I don't click on links. If anybody sends me a link and I'm not 100% sure of them, I will message them back and say, what is the link about? Yeah. If it's allegedly a friend, you usually find it's not from the friend, it's somebody who's been hacked. So it's not even from them anyway. Yeah. Oh God, yeah, Jean, they wanted to make about 3 dozen of them to sell. Yeah, I'm knitting today, baby. Knitting a sleeve for my cardigan that never ends. Big long sleeve. Woo. People are very cheeky. Yeah, very, very cheeky. Oh, people are coming past my door. No, I don't click on any links. You never know where they take you, do they? When I was young and first on the internet, I used to click on links and you get taken to all places, don't you? In fact, I got a virus one time. I had to get somebody to wipe it all off my computer, even though I had, what did he call it, that virus control thing, yeah. It still sneaked in, came under the radar, yeah. Yeah. I got took down some alleyway, down to some very dodgy posts with people doing some very dodgy things, which I don't wish to go into, but they weren't what I was looking for, if you know what I mean. And after that, I used to get those pop-ups, 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 pop-ups. Oh, oh, people always want things for free. It's like if you bake or anything like that and you make fantastic cake for somebody's birthday, somebody will say, oh, can you make me one for my son or my daughter or whatever? Or because they don't want to go and pay for one at Tesco or somewhere, you know. You think you'll make them one for free. I'm sorry, but baking and stuff like that, it isn't cheap these days. You know, you've got to buy all the ingredients. You've got to pay for your oven, haven't you? Your electricity, your gas or whatever. You know, I think people are really cheeky. I mean, I said to one guy one time, he asked me to do something. I said, would you go to work and work for 10 hours for nothing? And he goes, don't be stupid. I went, I rest my case. Ah, but you're at home and you're just passing your time. I said, okay. No, they wouldn't go in for a Saturday, would they, and work for nothing for the people that they work for? Well, no, they'd want overtime, yeah. Oh, yeah, if you do something in return. I'm all in favour of swapping stuff. If somebody had come and say, I'll make you dinner, I'll make you a cake, I'll make you something else, you know, then, yeah, that's fair dues, isn't it? I'm all in favour of, you know, this bartering system and stuff. Oh, thanks, Chris. My big dopper pearls, yeah. Yeah, reindeer cardigans, yeah. I bet people wanted them for nothing, didn't they? There's a lot of work, yeah. A lot of work in them. People don't appreciate. They think you just sit there to knit and pass your time. Maybe I do, but I like to pass my time doing things for things I need to do or want to do. I don't pass my time knitting things for people for nothing. Not being mean about it, but you know, nobody else would ask you to do things for nothing. They wouldn't ask you to go and clean somebody's house for nothing. They wouldn't ask you to go and do everything. Nah. Too many people want things for nothing in this world and it gets me down. If anybody decides to donate to charity, if I decide to donate to charity, I'll do it. I have done it in the past and I will do it in the future. But I don't like being told, you will do this or you won't do that. Nah. Yeah. I mean, I've got a pile of hats. And if I don't sell them, I will donate them. I'll try to sell them first, obviously, because my credit card bill is. No, I'm not begging. Before you say anything to me, Miguel, I am not begging. I am not the lady that we know. I pay my own debts, thank you. I don't ask for anything. But, you know, I do need to pay my credit card bill when all's said and done. We've all got billed after Christmas, haven't we? We're all got things we need to pay and sort out, yeah. You got your best PJs on, have you, Kaz? I don't think you'd like it if I actually. Well, I haven't got any PJs, do you know that? I don't wear the things. I wear a nightdress. I'm very old fashioned. I wear the nighties, you know, all is safely covered up. Yeah. Yeah, we've all had our bills after Christmas. We've all spent too much. Oh, she was begging again, was she? Oh, do you know? I know about 3 or 4 ladies now that go on people's channels begging. So demeaning. Do you know, I'd have to be absolutely down on my uppers before I would do that. Absolutely. I look after myself. I've never had money and I never will have money, but I pay my own way. And I think most people are the same. I think it is absolutely rude and demeaning when you go on begging on other people's channels. Oh my giddy aunt, it makes me so angry. You know, she's got a family, hasn't she, Miguel? So go and beg to them. No, I would never do it. I'd do without. And I have done without in the past, yeah. Hi, Magali. I've lived off baked potatoes. I've lived on baked beans. You know, for a week or so until I got myself sorted, yeah. We've all had hard times. We've all lived on eggs. But you don't go around on somebody else's channel, do you? Begging. No. The cardi I'm wearing, I'm not wearing a cardi. I'm actually wearing a jacket by, Indigo Moon. It's it's all applique, do you call it? Applique? If I turn around, I'm sure it's on the back, I think. Is it on the back? I can't remember. I don't know whether it's on the back or not. I love these jackets by Indigo Moon. They were very, very expensive, but I've had my wear out of them. I've had them about 5 years. I've got about 5 in different colours. I did actually send one the other week to the charity shop because I couldn't be bothered selling it on eBay. They probably would have sold for something, but it was very bright. It was blue and red and really jazzy. My friend was here and she said, "Oh, that's awful." So it went in the charity bag. So somebody wandering around Fleetwood should be wearing something. Hello, Enid. You're late to the party. Where have you been? Oh, you know me, Shad. I love anything jazzy. If you're in the UK, look at a site called Moonbeams and Mayhem if you're into boho. They have some fantastic festival type stuff. Absolutely love it. I used to make mohair jackets with birds on the back and I had them all lined, so they wouldn't be itchy. They were all the rage, I think, back in I think it was the 80s. Must have been the 80s because they had the shoulder pads. Yeah, if you see somebody wearing a blue and red, really jazzy jacket, you know where it came from. Came from mine. Yeah, so I'm back to square one with thinking of ideas on how to sell me stuff. It's stupid having stuff in the shed when I need the money to pay. Oh, never mind. I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there. So if you see odd videos leaping up where I'm selling stuff, just bear with me. That's all I can say. And if you don't want to buy any, just point me in the direction of anybody you think might buy one. I need your help, people. Oh, I've got an itchy head. Knitting needles are very useful, aren't they? When you've got like a bun, you can like scratch. When I was younger, I used to wear a hair piece, and it was all like big curls. We all wore them, didn't we? You know what I mean? Back in the 80s, was it 70s, 80s? We all wore these fake bun things, massive things on top of our head with all these curls and that. And I used to get itchy head, and you always had your knitting needle, didn't you? Like, well, nip out of bed and make them then, Miguel. I'm sure you won't freeze to death if you make a couple of fried eggs. They don't take 2 minutes, do they? Hi, Nana Michelle. How are you doing? Welcome to the sick bay. Everybody's. I need to do something, BB. I need to sell somewhere. Everybody's had COVID and flu and coughs and colds. So, you need to come in, cover your mouth if you come in, Nana, because you might get breathed on. I've not tried Vinted. I just thought it maybe was more for second-hand stuff, yeah. Apparently, I was snoring the other day. My son said he'd heard this peculiar noise and he realised it was me snoring. I don't snore. Well, I shouldn't anymore now with having this breathing machine. Yeah. Your 8-year-old daughter has a what's a tood? Have you got a misprint there, Enid? What's a tood? Oh, the teen years are worse. My two nieces were hell on legs when they were in their teens. No cooties here, but you stay at home. Yeah, well, I stay at home most of the time, but I still got a cold. I think my son gave me that. Thank you very much, little man. Or tood is short for attitude. Oh well, some kids have got attitude from being teeny, haven't they? Our puppy's got attitude. Aye, sometimes when she has the mood on her. That is a normal look for a teenager. Oh dear. My son did that and he lost the needle down the cast. We had to tip him upside down to get the needle out because he'd been told not to do that when he had his cast put on his leg. They said, don't you be scratching down it. So he was scratching down with my knitting needle and he went too far and it disappeared inside the cast. So we had to tip him upside down. Well, at least they were soft. You've got to think about that, Enid. It could have been worse. It could have been Lego bricks or something, yeah. Nibbler's walkabout. Yeah, it's when they throw things. I remember my son having Tonka toys. The old Tonka toys were made out of metal and they were like tanks. And if he got in a strop and he threw one of those, my God, it would have killed somebody if it had hit him. We had to ban him from doing that. He took chunks out of the baseboard, the door, everything had a chunk missing out of it. I mean, some of them were so big he could ride on them. Some of them were so big. He had a thing. Got 4 bars. Oh, it's going right again. It's supposed to have stopped now. It's supposed to be all right again now, Miguel. Oh, it's going again. Buffering again. They tried to bite some. You want to feed them. Feed your kids, Edith, if they're going to bite people. A bit salty, these. Oh, we've got another little weirdo. Come on, Chris, do your stuff. Miguel's whacking them all. I thought he was under the covers. Thought he couldn't type. I thought you were too busy under your covers to do things like that, Miguel. Oh, you were refreshing because of the buffering. I'll let you off then. We'll have to get him a little foam cover, won't we? There's a blanket with a little, what do you call it, a see-through bit. Oh, are you counting them now, Michelle? Only 23. I've only got 22 here, so oh dear. Somebody's not doing me thumbs. I'm only joking. Hmm. Hi, Nathan. My diet isn't going well at all, says she, eating crisps. The family have lost pounds. Maria's lost a stone. Ooh. Rosie's bed off. They must be upstairs. She's only got to hear the slightest little thing. She barks her little head off. I know the one you mean, Miguel, yeah. Why is she barking? She's doing a nut. She stopped now. She barks at anybody and anything in the street. Yeah, they're okay. It's just Rosie. She barks. There's somebody in the street with a car. I can hear them. So she just has a thing about the street. Nobody's allowed to get in a car in the street. Nobody's allowed to rev up in the street. Nobody's allowed to rev up in the next street. There's nothing wrong with her hearing, I tell you. That dog. I know we've got a footballer called Marcus Rashford, and he's done an awful lot of stuff for, kids who don't have a meal, getting free meals and everything like that. He's done an awful lot. He has got it's an MBE or something he's got from the Queen. for his work. He came from a family where they had nothing, and he relied on free meals and everything to get by. His mother couldn't afford to feed him, etc. So he's, even though he's in a, a really good position now, he's a footballer with lots of money. He isn't like, oh, I am a big star, I'll get myself a fancy car, I'll get myself a big house. He's given an awful lot, and started up charities for children who don't have a lunch, that can't afford a lunch. He started up lunch clubs, breakfast clubs, for kids that can't afford anything. I'm all in favour of that, so long as the parents are not drinking or smoking the money away. That's my only thing. I know people say, oh, well, they can afford a drink and oh, you can't deny them bitter pleasure of a cigarette or a drink. But, to me, I would not smoke or drink if it meant my kids were going hungry, It wouldn't, yeah. Hi, Isaac. Yeah, our school meals are not free unless you're on a very limited income. And it is like a low income. But that still doesn't mean that they get breakfasts or stuff. There's breakfast clubs where people donate, like, cornflakes, milk, everything like that. Maybe basic, just a bit of toast or something. But for a kid who comes to school with nothing, even a bit of toast, is better, yeah. Or your kitty cats come around. You've got that cat for life. I hope it doesn't have kittens. I'm a lot better, thank you, Gillian. A lot of schools here have a breakfast club, but it's done by donations from other people. It's not free from the state or anything like that. They're very backward at coming from. I can remember some kids at school with me. We used to have little lunch tickets, and they used to single them out really because they had to go and get their lunch tickets separately from ours. So we all knew who was on free dinners. So it was really a bad thing for the children, to be made to feel different because they had to go and ask for the free meal tickets. Yeah, I thought it was all wrong that, because we knew who was on free meals, and it's not nice, is it? I mean, luckily the school I was at, there wasn't a lot of bullying or something like that. But in some schools, I mean, they would make fun of kids who had to have free meals. Yeah. That's the way it should be. But in the UK, we've always had to pay for school dinners. Unless, like I say, you're on certain benefits and you get free meals. But it's worse now than it used to be. I mean, a lot of people are existing on a lot less money than they were because they put cuts in the system, haven't they, and different things, So a lot of kids, sadly, a lot of parents are to blame. It's about 50-50, I think, isn't it? You see them saying, no, I can't afford to send my kid for his dinner and that. And I'm like, that pack of cigarettes has just cost you about £10. That £10 could have brought an awful lot of dinners for that child. You know, yeah. Yeah, we used to have free milk. They've stopped all that now. That was thanks to Mrs. Thatcher, wasn't it? She stopped the free milk. Admittedly, some kids didn't want it because it was always warm and horrible, but I used to enjoy my milk at school, except when they left it out in the sun. Oh, at least me arrows. Look, look, Chris, arrow. I just got told off about having this arrow. My son, you're diabetic. You shouldn't be eating all that chocolate. Yeah, chocolate, and I'm a diabetic. Oh, my daughter-in-law's like, you won't like it when your kidneys are bad. Oh, I'm 70 bloody six. For God's sake. They won't give you dialysis because of your age. Right, okay. I'll just die then, shall I? The wind is really bad. Take some windies then. If I was in my 50s, Enid, I probably would be a lot more careful with what I was eating and what I was doing because I think I've got a lot of life in front of me. When you get my age, you don't know when you're going to die, do you? Let's be face it. I want to be here in my 80s, I want to be here in my 90s, but I don't know. So I'm not depriving myself just in case I might live till I'm 90. Yeah, it's a mint arrow. Yeah, on Monday I've got to see the diabetic nurse again, or the diabetes nurse, I should say, for the results of my last blood test, and I'm expecting it to be absolutely off. As long as she doesn't put me on insulin. I even shocked your mother the other day, Isaac. I said, "Oh, I love this crochet," and she goes, "I think it's a little bit bright for me." And I thought, "Whoa, a bit bright for Samantha? No way." Yeah, I know. It annoys me when people put themselves first, BB, when they have money for cigarettes, money for booze, and they say that they don't have money to feed their kids. I'm sorry. No, it was the jackets that were in really bright colours. And she goes, "Oh, I think they're too bright even for me." I don't like Hershey bars. I kept hearing about these Hershey bars. And, oh, how wonderful they were. And I got one of my pen friends to send me them. It was awful. Hi, Margaret. Hi. I'm having a chocolate break. I can't understand why people think Hershey's is wonderful. They were doing samples of it over here, asking people what they thought, and the only people who liked it were Americans. Oh, thank you, Magra. I'm feeling a lot better. I don't have my cold anymore. Cadbury's in the UK is a lot different than Cadbury's in the US. I hate to say this, but it is. You put corn syrup in all your chocolate. Yeah. As I say, they were handing free samples of Hershey and American chocolate out on the street. And everybody's going, ugh, ugh. The only people who liked it were Americans. We tried mucking about with our Cadbury's once many years ago. And they paid the price because nobody bought it. So they had to change. Oh God, Hotel Chocolat, that's gorgeous. Really lovely stuff. But oh my God, it is so expensive. I like Swiss chocolate as well. Always the most expensive ones, aren't they? And I bought a box of Thorntons for Christmas. My God, it was about 20 quid for a box. Oh, I don't like dark chocolate at all. I don't like it at all. No, Cadbury's decided many years ago that the chocolate was too dear. And so they started using something else instead of the chocolate. The public voted with their feet. They didn't eat it. No, I don't like that green chocolate, dark chocolate's awful. My daughter-in-law was trying to tell me that I should have dark chocolate and only a couple of pieces. Hello, no. Right now, Gina. Sorry, I've got chocolate fingers and a mouthful of chocolate. Mm. Chocolate's all finished now. Could do with some wipes now. I haven't got any wipes. I don't think I've got any wipes. I've got some hand cream. Perhaps I could use hand cream as a wipe. If I wipe it off with hand cream. Hand cream and a tissue. That'll do instead of a wipe, won't it? I can't knit white wool, can I, when I've been eating sticky chocolate? My IBS has been chronic since I moved here. Puppy's sneezing. Little weird snishy noises. Yeah, it's worked. Hand cream and a tissue has worked as good as a wipe. Now I'll put some hand cream on. Don't know what it is. It's called Ghost, whatever Ghost is. It was in some bag or other I had from last Christmas. You're having a hot flush? Well, don't tell everybody. They all want more. Oh, it's nice, whatever it is. I don't know who it's from. Ghost, it says. Deep night, whatever that is. Moisturizing body lotion. Oh, I'm using it for hand cream anyway, whatever it is. Never heard of it. Ghost, everybody heard of Ghost? It's not a hand cream, it's moisturising cream, but never mind. I don't mind. I don't know who made it. It usually tells you who makes it, doesn't it? Oh, made in the UK. Oh, I don't know where it come from. Smells nice. Smells nice, whatever it is. Right, I'm going to say cheers to everybody because I've got a pink gin. It's a strawberry gin liqueur with lemonade. In what my son calls a gin bucket. Never heard of a wine glass being called a gin bucket before. It's quite nice watered down. I don't think I would like it neat. Yeah. It's like me. I was using some hand lotion one day and I thought it's a bit sticky. And then I found out it was hair conditioner. It's strawberry gin liqueur. Yeah, I was putting hair conditioner on my hands. It wasn't shampoo, it was hair conditioner. A lot of them are all the very same, aren't they? Much of a muchness, as they say. Much of a muchness. It tastes quite nice. I'm glad it's diluted, though. I think it would have been a bit strong if it had been just on its own, if you know what I mean. I want some more of that dandelion and burdock, that alcoholic I had the other day. I've told my son next time they go in B&M's to get me some more. It was quite tasty. I need some what do they call it? Lip balm. It was funny the other week. I was like that with it, and then I realised it was coloured. And so, I was like a bit of a clown because I just put it all over the place. And then I looked at myself in the mirror and I thought, oh my giddy aunt, what have I done? I thought the red was just like a lip balm. I didn't think it was coloured, yeah. Yeah, there it was, like Coco the Clown with it everywhere, but which way? You'll clink my glass with a can of ginger beer. Yeah. I would have had some more of that dandelion and burdock. It's great. I'll have to go out one day and go and get some. I've got to go out Monday for my diabetes, and I forgot to order my repeat prescription for me my tablets, and they take blooming ages. You order them on the Monday, but lucky if you get them by Thursday. I don't know why they're so bad. Why it takes them so darn long. The chemist is in the same in the same block, same shop, whatever you want to call it, same building. Before, when I used to go where I lived before, I used to ring up and it used to be ready in the afternoon. I don't know why it takes them like 3 days to do your prescription. I'll have run out by Wednesday, so I'll be a day without. Unless I don't bother having them tonight. What pattern am I using? It's 1975. I'm making that one there. 1975. You know me and my vintage patterns. Can't be coping with these modern patterns. Especially not all these top-down things on worms. Top-down cardigans in crochet. Top-down sweaters in crochet I can do, but knitting, nah. Can't do with them worm things. Circular needles. Oh, everybody uses them. No, they don't. I'll tell you what, in the 60s, 70s, whatever, they look like women. I'm going to sound really old and ancient now. They didn't wear ripped jeans and tatty t-shirts and stuff. They made an effort. If a guy asked you out for a date, you made an effort. You put a nice dress on, you put on nylons, tights or whatever, you put high heels on, perfume. You didn't go out in a pair of bloody ripped jeans and a tatty t-shirt. It must be so off-putting for a guy to know a woman's not made any kind of an effort. She's not even combed her hair half the time. You know. Mine's 1945. You're a bit younger than me, Shad. I'm one of the older ones on here. But in my day, when you were going out, there was a distinction. You had your going out clothes, you had your working clothes. And, now you go out with your sweats on or your backside hanging out. And seeing some of the younger girls trying to walk in heels. Oh, God. They look like they've just come off the farm, don't they? They can't walk in heels. And they will insist on wearing them, and they look so stupid when they're walking all over the place. We used to practice at home. I used to practice going up and down the stairs wearing my stilettos, making sure I didn't make a fool of myself when I went out in them. Back in this, life was good, yeah. No, but you would have had nice shoes on, Enid. You wouldn't have gone out in trainers or a pair of Crocs. You could have worn a nice pair of court shoes if you were going out. I really feel sorry for guys today going out with these women that they've either got trout pouts, haven't they, and fake everything. Fake boobies, fake eyelashes, fake lips. I've seen all these pictures of women that they say they call them catfishes, don't they? Because when they put their makeup on, they look so beautiful. And yet when they take their makeup off, they're pretty ugly, let's face it. And I think, oh my God, you must see these women on TikTok and that and think they look wonderful. And then if you ever met them in real life, they'd be ugly. Ugly as sin, yeah. Oh, some guys don't even dress nicely either. If a guy turned up taking me for a date, not that he would, I don't want one, but if he turned up for a date with me looking like he hadn't made any effort, I'd just, no, thank you. You're not going out with me looking like that. If he rolled up wearing sweatpants, sneakers, and a ratty tatty t shirt, I'd just shut the door and say, change my mind, thank you. Not going out with you. I wouldn't be seen dead with half of them. No, at least the guys in my day used to put a shirt and tie on, look a bit decent, you know. I wouldn't want to go out with somebody I wouldn't want to be seen with. It's all right if they're painting the fence, isn't it, or digging the garden. You know, lying under a car fixing it. Yeah, even on the beach. You know, even with the shorts on. But to me, you know, if you're going out for the evening, you're going out for a drink, going out for a meal, you know, make a bit of an effort. Oh God, when you see them with the pants dropping down, or their underwear on display, whoever thought that was fashionable? Or those pants, you know, where the crotch is like halfway between your knees somewhere. Whoever thought that was fashionable? Hair and pants, do they call them? Pretty disgusting. I think my fire's gone out. Oh no, not quite. I'm not putting any more wood on the fire because it's what? Nearly 11 o'clock. I'll leave it now. I remember my friend, she used to look after babies during the day. She was a childminder. And the kids used to come in wearing these modern pant things, you know, with the crotch like down between their knees. And she used to strip them off and put them into something else. She said they can't walk, they can't crawl, they can't do anything because they're walking inside the trousers, if you know what I mean, if they're crawling. Because the trousers are so baggy and so big, they can't walk properly. She used to strip them off and put them in something different. She'd put them back on again when they were going home. She said they'd never learned to walk like that. Yeah, my mum used to say that. You can always tell a man by the way he dresses. Yeah, when they're going to work, fair enough. If they've got a mucky job and they're wearing overalls, fair enough, yeah. But when you're going out at night, you know, I don't like dirty fingernails. No matter how mucky your job is, you can get in the bath and you can scrub your nails. Yeah? People who come out with like machine oil underneath the nails, no. Sorry, but no. Oh, the droopy pants, they're awful, aren't they? A wailing daughter. Oh, tell her to stop wailing. We can hear her in England. No, I mean, I don't date anymore now. I'm too old for that garbage. But if anybody came to take me out for a date, if they weren't nicely dressed, I wouldn't be going anywhere with them. Might invite them in for a coffee, but I wouldn't go out with them. Wouldn't be seen in public. I see enough scruffs wandering around. Although I must admit, round here they're pretty nice. Yeah, yeah. It looks like they filled it, don't they? Never mind about wearing a dirty one. Yeah. I feel like going up behind them going, do they know it's a prison thing now? Hi, Tracy. It's a prison thing, isn't it? When you wear your trousers like that, it's supposed to show that you're available. Mm. If you're in prison, you're available for, yeah. So when they're walking around with the pants like that, do they know that they're creating, the wrong impression? Mm. It's true, Miguel. It really is true. That's why they originally started. Not a fashion trend, it's a statement that you are available. But these young kids don't seem to realise that's what they're saying to somebody. I am available. I'm not talking about women. Hey, I'm getting hot. What have you missed, Lydia? Exciting scandals. You've missed COVID announcements, flu announcements. Oh, yeah, well, they'd have to be very dedicated with me as well, Miguel. The kids are giving you a headache. Well, give them to somebody else then. Adopt them out. You're very anxious over something. We're all anxious over something. What are you anxious over? Oh, weather announcements. Do you know, I don't worry. I do not worry at all. The shoulder straps are showing. Got my frock on. Oh, where's the other bit gone? Oh, I seem to have lost my tie. They're in the fridge. Oh, they'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Where's me? Why has my tie come off? It was tied. Ah, I see. There's a hole. There's a hole there. And it was tied in a bow. If they're on the counter left out, then no. If they're in the fridge, they're fine. I'm only threading a bow through. I'm only threading a bow through. If they're in the fridge, they'll be fine. If you'd have left them on the counter for 2 days, then no, you'd have to throw them. Chicken that it's defrosted chicken. She put frozen chicken in the fridge and now it's defrosted and she's wondering if it's all right 2 days later. And I said, yeah, provided she didn't defrost it out of the fridge, then put it in the fridge. Oh, it'll be fine. The daughter was in the fridge. No. Oh, you going, BB? Bye now. Bye, BB. I bet you're tempted to put your daughter in the fridge though sometimes, aren't you? Oh, 4 people are interested in this jewellery. Well, I'm not paying any more for it than what I bid. So 4 people can be interested in the jewellery. I have a thing about beads. I'll bid what I think it's worth. And I won't get caught up in a bidding war. Because then you go silly, don't you? Because you're bidding against some other people. But I let it go. There's always something else coming up. It was a nice necklace. but I'm not paying any more than what I put a bid in for. Because then you finish up paying silly prices and you wonder why you did. I've lost some beautiful necklaces, but I'm just not paying that kind of money. If two or three people are interested, then they're bumping it up, and I thought, nah. No, I shall let it go. I'm not bidding anymore. I put my top bid in, so if somebody else bids more than me, bye-bye necklace. Oh, we've got another weirdo. Come on, Chris, or who knows, whatever. Get rid of him. It's the same with dresses. I've seen some beautiful dresses, and I think, well, I'll only pay so much for that dress. I wouldn't pay any more for it. And sometimes they go up silly to about £22, £25, and I'm thinking, I wouldn't pay that for a new one. I'm not paying that for a second-hand one, so I won't do it. I can go on a legitimate site and pay that kind of money for a brand new one. So pretty as it is, I just say, no, thank you. Bye-bye, baby. They rely on you getting hooked on it, don't they? And bid, 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 bid. Well, just do another pound. I'll just do another pound. And by the time you finish, you paid far more than you intended to. So I've started being very rigid with myself. I look at it, think, yeah, I'd give so much for that. No more. And I'll let it go. It's not wine. It's strawberry gin liqueur let down with lemonade. Yeah. Oh, some of the dresses, Chris, honestly, goodness me. I mean, they put them on at about £40. And I'm like, and plus the postage, and I'm thinking, I wouldn't pay £45 for that dress. Not anywhere. No, my top whack for a dress really is about a tenner. Maybe I'm cheap, maybe I'm not. Like this dress was £5 plus the postage, but it was £5. That's as much as I want to pay. Mind you, I don't like this dress as much as I might because it's short. I thought, oh yeah, I'll wear it with tights. It'll be all right. I looked at myself in the full length mirror and thought, oh my God, I look like my mother. Oh, 9 crochet necklaces tutorial for right and left hand. Busy road closed due to a motorbike crash. That's in Manchester. Let's hope the guy's okay. Yeah, no. I'm a bit, as I say, a bit mean. Mainly the charity shops around here are not very good. They're full of old lady clothes, what I call them. There's nothing the slightest bit boho or bright or anything. They're all old lady clothes in the charity shops. I don't know what they did with the ones there. I did. I look like my mother. I got my mother's blooming legs as well. I just looked at myself. I thought, oh no, that is not the right length for you, girl. Mid calf. Steer away from it, girls. Full length or knee length, maybe, but mid calf, no. Mid calf is aging. No, I like boho, as you know. I like bright colours. I like things that are trendy. And I'm afraid the shops around here wouldn't know trendy if it bit them, you know. So I have to buy all my stuff online. Luckily, I've got quite a nice supply of trendier stuff. And I can always make more trendier cardigans. I see the picture, I put it on my Facebook. A very short, like waist length, one of those hexagon jackets, but only short waist length. And then you do the sleeves like longer afterwards. And I thought, yeah, I like that. I like the idea of a short waist length one. You know, they have to put the flags and the warning signs up here because our tides are a bit tricky around here. There's been a couple of people drowned around here. Because if you get in the wrong riptide around here, you're in trouble. There's people around here that bathe all year round. And believe me, it is not warm in Fleetwood or Blackpool or wherever for that reason. But there are people who bathe all year round here. Except when the warning signs are up and then they're not to go in then. We have like warning flags that go up saying stay off. And they even put chains across to stop you going to the beach. Oh, I've got an itch. These needles are very handy, aren't they? Can't do that with a circular needle, can you? Family going out tomorrow, so I might make a video. You never know when I get up. Yeah, dog as well. All going out. So it'll be all quiet on the Western Front. I might read. I've been reading a book. I read a book by Richard Osman. It was called the Thursday Night Club, I think, the Thursday Day Club. This one's called The Man Who Died Twice. Yeah, the Thursday Murder Club. Yeah, it's all set in an old folks complex. Would you believe? These old dears that go around solving problems and solving everything. Um, it's nice to have a book set in like my kind of age group where they're not all young and trendy. I read somewhere that somebody was talking about boom somewhere. Can't remember where it was now. Saying they'd heard these booms. It was somewhere. I'd say I read it on Facebook. Yeah, I think it was underwater, but it was the people could hear the boom. So I don't know where it was. But I've got a brain like a sieve. I read it and then I've completely forgot. Yeah, I was reading all the Knitting and the Crochet Murder series. Yeah, I gave them all to Sue. She's reading them now. About knit club murders and crochet club murders, yeah. And Sue has them all. I said she might as well read them and then give them to the charity shop. And she's also been reading all the ones for Hamish Beth as well. MC Beaton, she wrote the Agatha Raisin series as well. I've been reading those as well. I like murder mysteries, but not too whatever. I just read one at the moment and I didn't like it. It was all about anorexic children, you know, being abused by the psychiatrists. and I didn't like that. I tend to like murders or mysteries or stuff like that, but not too heavy, if you know what I mean. Not too gory. Yeah, I've been watching the Penelope Keith ones, and I've also been listening to all the ones by Sherlock Holmes, short stories of Sherlock Holmes. I tend to fall asleep with Sherlock Holmes. I used to read and have another one on YouTube, and they were great. They were two lady like detectives, and they were set in their 40s or something like that. And then they got pulled off YouTube, something to do with contractual reasons. They're still around, but you now have to buy them. So no, I don't watch them anymore. I just like the short story ones. I don't like the ones that go on for hours because I just put them on when I'm falling asleep. Yeah, I think I've listened to a lot of Sherlock Holmes ones now. There's not an awful lot left I haven't watched or read or listened to, whatever. No, I don't like anything too freaky, anything too descriptive. You know what I mean? When I'm trying to fall asleep, the last thing you want is to want to read about a mass murderer, isn't it? Yeah. No, I don't like ghost stories and paranormals now. I mean, Randy that came on here the other week, she writes more like goth type mystery, whatever's. She writes them and sells the books, I believe. But I don't think I'd want to read them. I'm not going to bed anyway. I don't mind a bit of romance, but not them sickly sweet ones. Not Mills and Boone, you know, where they always get the man and he's always rich and he's always whatever. They're not exactly what you call truthful, are they? How many multimillionaires you got to bump into when you're lost and alone in some street? Well, let's just say I've never bumped into any multimillionaires yet in my lifetime. I've known a few people who were millionaires, but you know, like obviously not in a romantic. They've got wives. So no, I can honestly say I've never been. Oh, Behind Closed Doors. Yeah, I love that as well. I watched that one. GPs Behind Closed Doors. And I like the hospital ones, you know, the accident and emergency ones. And the helicopter ER. Yeah, I like all of those. I've actually been watching Foyle's War at the moment. It's about, you know, things that happened in the war. I like Foyle's War. I've been watching Death in Paradise, and of course tomorrow I'll be watching Call the Midwife and Vera. Yeah, I like Vera and Call the Midwife. I watched Death in Paradise yesterday, although I missed one from last week. I need to catch up on BBC iPlayer. Need to catch up. Oh, my back is so itchy. You can't beat a claw, can you, when you've got an itchy back? I'm sure I'm allergic to my shampoo. Not my shampoo, my body sort of shower gel. No, I don't like anything too gory or whatever. I used to watch Upstairs, Downstairs, but that was a while ago. Same with Downton Abbey. I got fed up of watching that. I've still got is it called Cranford? Still got a box set of Cranford to watch. I haven't watched yet. I'm a bit bad about watching things like Upstairs, Downstairs when they go for about 49 episodes, you know. Oh, I didn't like Anne. I know it was a true story, but I didn't like Anne. I want to watch The Bay again. There's a new series of The Bay. But Anne was more like a documentary, wasn't it? So I didn't like it. I know it was very sad, all those people getting killed at Hillsborough, but quite frankly, Hillsborough and the Manchester Evening News Arena have really overdosed on that, yeah. They're all very, very sad, but they all happened many, many years ago. And I don't think it's doing any good just rehashing it all. It's not going to get them anywhere, is it? Won't bring the people back who've died. You know, much as I feel sorry for the relatives, attributing blame like 10, 12 years later, it's too long ago to me. I mean, what is the point? Yes, it was terrible, it was tragic, there was a massive big mess up everywhere. People didn't do as they were supposed to do. It was the same with them. I mean, Manchester Evening News Arena. People didn't do what they were supposed to do. I read the synopsis of that, Shad, and I don't think I like it. I read the bio, whatever it was about it, and I thought, nah, don't think it's for me, Shad. It didn't grab at me. I looked it up and read what people had said about it, and I thought, nah, not my kind of read. It's all right if it's your type of book, dear Lise, but we've all got our different tastes, haven't we? And I just didn't think they were my taste at all. Oh, Anna Green Gables, yeah. Well, tell them they've got to go in. Put them on detention if they don't go in. Put them on report. Not done too much bad today. Got a massive load of rib to do before I even get as far as the stocking stitch. That's the only problem with this pattern. There's a lot of ribbing. Ribbing takes you longer because you're like backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. Flick, flick, flick. Yeah, put me in detention. Yeah, don't leave them out too long, they might get blown away. They'll feel the wind between the wind beneath the wings. We don't want to go flying off, do we? It's all quiet upstairs. They're probably all asleep because they're going out tomorrow. I'm on a sleeve at the minute because I couldn't concentrate on the front. I've got one more front to do because the front's like got shapings at the front piece, shapings at the armhole, and I couldn't concentrate. So I thought I'd do another sleeve while I'm on here. I didn't bring 2 pairs of 4mm needles out of the shed, so I couldn't be doing 2 things at once. It's all quiet on the western front. Very quiet. Oh, I bought two balls of. My friend keeps saying to me, "Oh, I'd love to get some merino. I'd love to buy merino." Ah, I bought some navy blue merino to go with the colours, that Daniel gave to me. £17 I paid with postage for 250-gram balls. She's saying, "Oh, I'd love a sweater." I said, "Would you?" So, well, I wouldn't pay that kind of money for a sweater. I mean, how many balls like that would you need for a sweater? A lot. She'd be better off getting a merino mix, one that's cheaper. Yeah. But I don't know how much a ball this was, I can't remember, but it cost me £17 with the postage. Just for 2 little balls. But I wanted to, to do something. I know there's not a lot with the ones that Daniel's given me to make a full shawl or anything. So that's why I thought, well, I'll put navy blue in between. It's going to be either a shawl or a wide scarf, I think, we go. Yeah, I didn't want to check. I didn't want to alter the 2 kinds of. I like to keep to the same consistency, if you want, because Daniel's is merino, so I wanted to get merino to go with it, as far as washing's concerned. So I decided on navy blue because all of the multicoloured ones like this has got navy in with it. I mean, it's a bit lighter navy than I've got, but I thought it would still tone in, to go along with it. I still haven't picked a pattern. I was trying to say zigzag last week, and when Trev was on, he said I mean chevron. So I was thinking of something that's more like wavy, rather than just stripes. I don't want to make something that I'm not going to like and I'm not going to wear. I want something that's going to be nice. More like an heirloom or something that I'll bring out in a couple of years and still wear it, yeah. Can I hold them up together? The navy blue is darker. But I think it would go in. See, the multicoloured ones have all got the navy in. There's plain green, plain orange, and then there's a pink and navy as well. And there's a yellow and navy. So that's what I thought the navy would go in and tie in the colours together and not make them look so odd. If I did a couple of rows or 4 rows in that colour, in between these colours, yeah, to make it, yeah, more. I didn't want to go right from one of these to one of those without any distinguishing, whatever you want to call it, demarcation. So I thought, well, if you went like that with it, not as much of that, of course, obviously, but you know what I mean. You just put a couple of rows of that in between, it would make it more together, yeah. I mean, some of the colours are plain, like that's plain, but it still would go together. So that's why I got the navy blue. Oh, lost a ball. Got a rogue ball. It's gone for a walkabout. Don't leave it on the floor because Rosie's got a thing about balls of wool. She thinks they're all toys. Yeah, like you've got the green with the navy, and then you've got the plain green. You've got the plain green that goes with that. Same with the orange and the navy. I've got the plain orange. And I've got plain pink here. Plain pink. But I just wanted to tie it all in together. not make a pig's ear of it. I wanted a theme, if you know what I mean. I don't need to go on way back. I just go in my shed in it. I've got more way back patterns in there than you need to know. Mind you, they're not sorted out into any kind of categories. And my friends always say, do you have the pattern for this? And I'm like, somewhere. But they're just in boxes in the shed, and they're not in any kind of order. I've got baby patterns mixed in with ladies. I've got knitted mixed in with crocheting. And I said to her, you don't know what you're asking, Come in by all means and you have a look through them. But then, of course, if she did that, she'd take them away with her, and I don't want her to. I'll copy them, photocopy them for her. Wouldn't do it for anybody else because, of course, it's against the law, isn't it, really, even though they're defunct. And they're also vintage. They're not in any particular sort of, they're probably out of copyright, but even so, I wouldn't. Like some people sell them on Etsy, sell the photocopied bits. I would never do that. I'd just keep the ones I have to myself, yeah. But I definitely won't lend them out. I've done that before. I lent a big pile of the old-fashioned grey Peyton's baby patterns out, and she just denied me ever lending them to her, and I never got them back. You're allowed to photocopy pictures from a magazine if you're using them yourself, because I do that, and then you can write on them. I've often printed off the pages out of a magazine just purely because I want to write footnotes in the margin, and I will not deface a pattern, if you know what I mean. I will never write on an actual pattern. I'll photocopy it first or whatever, but not for anybody else. I'm just talking about me. So I can write, if I've old tree, I can write six rows instead of 8 rows, or, because I'm always altering patterns because they're not my shape. So I'm always altering things. As I say, I will not deface a pattern. I hate it when people write all over patterns and cross things off and, what happens if you want to do it again? If you want to make it again and you want to make a different size and you've drawn all over your pattern, put circles around the size you've used. No. If I'm going to do that, like I say, I'll photocopy it out, put circles all around the sizes I'm doing, go through it all, underline it, do whatever. That way I have not messed up my pattern. I've just messed up a piece of paper I can throw away when I've done. But no, I will not photocopy it for other people. I was always asked that on Ravelry. Can I have a copy of that? No. I said, if you want to go and look on eBay, Etsy, you might find one. But no, you can't have a copy of mine because I'm not breaking the law. I know there's always people who say, oh, it's all right, nobody knows. And I'm like, yeah, they do. They just might look for somebody to come and say, excuse me, it's a big fine because you photocopied a pattern. No, don't do it. People want to sell on Etsy, good luck to them. Good luck to them. I'm not prepared to take that risk. I mean, I've seen people selling patterns on Etsy and they're from like a crochet magazine that's about 2 minutes old. And I'm like, no. Sell the magazine by all means if you don't want it. Do you know, I wish you wouldn't walk this late at night, Nathan. There's all sorts of weirdy people knocking about. I hope you're with Joe, not on your own. Definitely not with the dogs. I wouldn't go out walking at night. No way. I used to when I was young. What's Chris cooking? I don't know. don't know what he's doing. He hasn't said, I don't think. Don't think he said what he was doing today. Have you got out of bed and made your fried eggs yet, Miguel? We had some chicken casserole with some rice for tea today. Oh, you're not cooking today? Yeah, I went through all my old crochet magazines. I sold some, but the ones I didn't sell before I moved, I gave them all to Sue. I told her she could sell them all if she wanted. I just kept 2 or 3 that I liked things out of. I got sick of buying the magazines when there was nothing in them that I wanted. Yeah, I buy them every month. It used to cost me £16 to buy them every month. And it's like, what have I bought this for? Some of them were all toys, which I didn't buy. Some were all Afghans or blankets or whatever you want to call them. Some of them, you had to buy it each week to build up to something because it came in parts. And I thought, oh, what am I keep buying these things for? I used very few patterns out of the magazines, very, very few of them. And a couple of the ones I did make. Well, be careful, Nathan. Don't be wandering around on your own. A couple of the ones I made out of magazines, the patterns were wrong. You start making them and everything like that, and you think, this isn't right, this isn't right. So you start, and then the month afterwards, they go, errata. So in other words, if you like something in a magazine, you've got to wait 2 months just to make sure there's no erratas. But if you've already started making it, it's just tough, isn't it? You've already worked out it's wrong. Yeah. Yeah, be careful, Nathan. Don't go wandering off. There's all sorts of weirdy people knocking about. We should walk in the daytime. Or at least go out with somebody else. I don't even like going to knit club, even though I'm on my scooter and it's only round the corner. But coming back at 9 o'clock at night, I'm always a bit like, ooh. I mean, fortunately, it's a nice area, touch wood. But even so, I'm still very wary. The page, what I'm knitting, you mean? It's from a very, very old magazine from 1975. That's what I'm making, that cardigan there. Hi, Jill. It's from a very, very, very old magazine that cost me 40p. Woman, Treasury of Crochet and Knitting from 1975. So I doubt you'll find that anywhere. It's a bit old. I probably made it in 1975 when I bought the magazine. The lady asked me on one of my YouTubes, for the pattern of one the cardigan I'd knitted. I said, I made it 20 years ago. I said, they don't do the wool. They certainly don't do the pattern anymore. Although, having said that, she might find it on Etsy, yeah. Oh, you've been lurking. All right, you're a big lurker. Have you been blown away or you got icicles on you or whatever? Yeah. You found it on Etsy for £12. What, the whole magazine? I am impressed. I am impressed you've managed to find it. It's from 1975. Yeah, I've bought quite a lot of vintage patterns online. A lot of the ones on Etsy, you have to print them out yourself. They don't send you the actual hard copy. They send you the whatever. eBay has some, yeah. Etsy is the best place because people sell you a lot of photocopies and they send them you via your email. There's quite a few nice things in the book, but I just wanted this. I've just made this cardigan. It is small sizes though, Enid. I think the biggest size is 38 bust. I love my old patterns. I love the way they are. They're done in pieces and yeah. Oh, good night, Isaac. Say hi to your mum for me. Tell her she's a chicken for not wearing bright coloured jackets. Oh, the vintage patterns. They call like 40-inch bust as a plus size on the patterns. Because when people say to me, oh, it's a vintage pattern, I say, you realise they only go up to 38 bust. That's about as big as you're going to get with 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 a vintage pattern. Yeah, plus size patterns were about a 40-inch bust. I know a lady asked me one time, she said, can you size it up for a 60-inch bust? I said, no. I said, I can't do that. I said, the pattern only goes to 38 bust. I could tell you what to do for a 40-inch bust, but you get any bigger than that, you've lost me, girl, yeah. Oh, Bag of Days live, if you're interested. Crystal. Yeah, could I size it up for a 60-inch bust? I thought, can I heck? I'm not a pattern writer. As I say, I know to go up a size, but to go from 38 to 60 is kind of like a great big jump. I said, no, go on Ravelry and find a 60-inch bust pattern. Well, I like the one you've done. I said, well, it ain't going to be possible. I remember once making a tiny little top, not for me, for a teenager, tiny little top. And it stopped just under the bust. It was like a festival top, or whatever you want to call it. And a lady then asked me, did it go up to, I think it was about 54-inch bust? And I'm thinking, you were going to wear that style if you're a 54-inch bust? I thought, no. Would you really show your belly? I mean, the belly's probably to match if she's 54 bust, isn't she? I thought, no. Hi, Tommy. You know, how totally unsuitable was that? She got quite stroppy with me because I thought, I did say to her, I don't really think it's your style. She got quite stroppy with me. You know, as if I was like mortally wounding her. Got her hair dropping down. You know, I'm 40, well, probably about 40 bust now because I've lost a lot of weight. But I wouldn't wear her. Yes, I've heard from Sue. She's still waiting to be a great grandma. She decided she thinks her granddaughter's got the dates wrong because the baby is now 13 days overdue and the hospital are not worried, so we think she's got the wrong dates. So she's still waiting. Apart from that, she's fine. She's hoping, COVID permitted, obviously, to be down to see the baby when he's born. So I won't see her though. She'll just go to her daughter's. I am hoping to see her though this summer. Hoping to get up to Scotland. Boris and COVID permitting. Oh, and Nicola, whatever she's called, Nicola Sturgeon, who's the Prime Minister in Scotland. You know, they opened the floodgates and let us out, yeah. I can't see she'd be that long overdue. He was allegedly due on the 2nd, so she's 13 days overdue. So I can't see the hospital wearing that because they don't like it these days, because the placenta starts breaking down or something when they get past a certain date. Starts not being effective. So I think she's got a bit of her date's a bit wrong because they're checking her at the hospital. Even with today's, what do you call it, technology, they can still get it all wrong. Told one of my customers she was having a boy and it turned out to be a girl. And she'd had scans and everything. Bought everything for a boy and it turned out to be a girl. So they don't always get it right. There was somebody on TV on one of these baby programs. She was told she was expecting twin boys, and she got twin girls. They can't be 100% accurate, so they say. I'm glad I'm here, and there's no storms, and there's no wind, and there's no snow expected. And I'll be on my own tomorrow. That means I can get the washing done because I'll have the washing machine to myself. Your cup of tea went cold. I've told you, go in Dollar Tree. Get yourself a insulated mug. They're not that expensive. Hi, John. They'll only be about $1 or $1 whatever. They're not that expensive. And it'll keep your tea warm as long as you want it to do. You just keep opening the little lid bit and having a sip. And you shut the lid again and it'll stay cosy. If you make yourself one when you go into bed, even if you fall asleep and you wake up, it'll still be nice and cosy. Like a thermos flask, but it's a cup. The girls need a blind hung that fell down. Oh, you're doing your good deed of the day, are you? Even $1.25, Miguel, is cheaper than keep making cups of tea and letting them go cold. Yeah. Yeah, you go and do your good deed, Shad. Don't be so tight. Put your hand in your pocket, Miguel. It's like our Poundland shops are not a pound anymore. Some things are, but a lot of things are not a pound anymore. At one time, everything was a pound in the Poundland, but it's not anymore. It's like the Pound Bakery. The Pound Bakery's not a pound anymore. Certain things you get are more than a pound. It's -1 degrees here outside, so they say. Yeah, yeah, but even if it's $1.25, Enid, it's still cheaper than letting his tea go cold, isn't it? Invest, you know, get the moths out your wallet, Miguel, and go and get an insulated mug. Hey, that's a big word, isn't it, Jill? Precipitation. Ooh. Yeah, apparently it's cold outside. I've not been outside, but it's cold. Well, can you let Miguel's hens in while you're at it, Jill? See, he's under the cover saying he's cold. Can you go and let Miguel's hens in before the coyotes eat them? You've just fed your animals, have you, John? We had another guy on here who has COVID. He was talking about he couldn't feed. He works on a farm. I don't know where he was, but I didn't ask him which part of the country he was in. I think he was in New York, actually. John has cows, I think. Coos, as Sue calls them. Miguel likes cows. I should explain that to you, John. He likes cows. Hasn't got any cows. Probably never have a cow, but he likes cows. Aberdeen, Angus, Hereford. Oh, they're nice big cows, them, aren't they? Well, sort of scatter a bit of food and then they'll follow you, Miguel, if they won't come in on their own. Bribe them. There's people outside talking. It's a wonder how Rosie's not started barking again. Somebody having a conversation outside. Rosie usually goes mental. Like the rest of the street is not allowed to speak. Gosh, it's a lot of ribbon this, and I'm nowhere near at the end of the sleeve yet. Got a lot more to knit before I get to the sleeve, to stocking stitch bit. I've never heard of Five Below. It must be an American. We've got Pound Land, Pound Stretcher, B&M bargains, home bargains. Most of them are not like a pound. Most of them are more than a pound these days. As I say, even the Pound Bakery is not a pound anymore. I wouldn't like to live on a farm. It's too muddy for me. Too mucky and muddy. When I was little, my grandma lived in the farmhouse. All the land all around had been sold to farmers, but she had like an open, well, it should have had a gate on it, it didn't. So the cows in the pasture used to come wandering in, as well as the geese. The geese used to chase me, pecking at me. The cows would come wandering in every now and again. A store called Primark, it is if you're slim. Primark does not do bigger sizes. Everything is sort of like very cheap, Very good if you like the throwaway kind of clothes. If you want clothes to last, you don't go in Primark, yeah. But it's fashionable for the young and um, small sizes, you know. Yeah, they're all right if you're my size. There's nothing in there except socks and occasionally knickers would fit me, but clothes, no clothes fit me. Shoes fit me, but the clothes, no, they don't go up to my size. They say they go up to my size, but they're so skimpy. I mean, my friend was a size 8 and she used to have to buy 12s in Primark. Yeah, you have to be very slim to get anything from Primark. Oh no, it's not like oh, you're home. Thank goodness for that, Nathan. I'm glad you're back. No, Primark is cheap clothing, but it's also cheap material. It's not good quality. You wear it a couple of times, it might fall to bits on you. You know what I mean? You wouldn't go to Primark if you wanted something to last. If you wanted something to go out for the evening and then not wear it again, fine. My friend used to like going there because, like I said, she was size 8. Poundland is where everything's a pound. It's not really clothing. It's mostly toiletries, a few tins of things. Sometimes you might get coffee there. Um, Sometimes you get yarn, wool there at Poundland. You get like at Christmas they had like decorations and stuff like that. Yeah, they're more or less disposable. The clothes in Primark, you wouldn't get anything that lasts 2 or 3 washes and the buttons fall off it or the seams come undone. It's one of them. But you might only pay £3 or £4 for a top, so you don't expect it to last forever. My friend used to work at a place where the girls were very catty, about what you were wearing or something like that. I did seen you in it a couple of times. She used to like going to Primark on payday and getting a few different blouses and stuff. So she'd have something different to put on. Yeah, Poundland don't really do clothes. They might do underwear and socks, I think. Sometimes they do like fancy dress and stuff like that. I've not seen any clothes in our. I've not seen any clothes in ours. I've seen fancy dress things and things for babies and stuff, but I haven't seen any clothes for adults really. Yeah, they do curtains and different things. Well, net curtains and cheap shower curtains and stuff. But again, they don't do anything expensive. You want things to last, you don't go in Poundland. Ours doesn't do frozen food. The one in Fleetwood doesn't anyway. Oh, the ladies and Abner are locked up now. You can relax now. Put your heater on, get your jammies on, get in bed, stay nice and warm. Nathan's finished his walk. He's back in again now. You'd be glad to know. I wish you wouldn't walk at night, Nathan. You make me nervous. Oh, I'm getting fed up on knitting now. The shoulder's starting to hurt now. That's always a sign. Stop doing it. Oh, people are coming down the stairs. It must be Rosie's last wee night. Trish usually comes down, makes a cup of tea, takes it upstairs. Is it lagged? Is it wrapped up, Miguel? We used to put like sacking round ours to keep it from freezing. When we had an outside toilet, you had to wrap sacking round it with string. Um, she's okay. She's okay, Nathan. I've not made any announcements. Have you got it wrapped up, Miguel? Don't leave it just open to the elements, otherwise it will freeze. Wrap it in something old sacking, old jackets, old whatever. Oh, I've had enough of this now. I've knitted that much, so it's not all wasted tonight, is it? Oh, my shoulder's saying, stop it. No, Nathan's talking about ours. She's around somewhere. She's probably in bed by now. Not like Poppy, who used to come in. Yeah. Poppy used to come flying in, didn't she? I miss that girl. I miss her coming flying in, saying hello to everybody. I really miss her. Yeah. Yeah, I'm nearly drunk it now. I'm not drunk because I watered it down. It sounds like they're making their last night cup of tea or cup of coffee or whatever it is they have. I miss seeing Poppy. Somebody came to the door today and I said, oh, it's a surprise that Poppy's not barked. And Arian says, Poppy's not here. And I went, what do you mean Poppy's not here? I'd said Poppy instead of saying Rosie, yeah. Poppy wouldn't let anything go past. She was another one that barked at anything. I miss that girl. And I've only got to think about my Buster. He's up there. Ooh. On the wall, if you can see him. Oh, where's he gone? There's my Buster. I want to get one done, a Poppy. And we could put her on the wall. They look like they're paintings, but they're not. They kind of look like a canvas, but they're like a photo, really. So, woo. Oh, I keep putting my head in front of my flower, don't I? Yeah. I knitted long before I ever learned to crochet. I started knitting at the age of 5. I didn't learn crochet until I was about 13. Couldn't get the hang of crochet. I tried. I used to throw it across the room because I never got the hang of crochet. But I was trying to knit it, you know. Um, I was trying to put my hook in and knit it. My aunt used to get on my nerves because she was a crocheter, a beautiful crochet. We're talking little lacy mats, fine crochet. And she used to say, "Oh, you never do crochet because you're holding your hook wrong, blah, blah." And I used to get really cross. Yeah, Gigi technically wasn't one of my family, was he? Although he was inherited. We've got Sky. Sky's pictures upstairs with my son. We haven't got Poppy though yet. Got a big picture of Sky, done exactly like Buster. It's just Poppy we need. Pi cryptocurrency. No, never heard of it, John. I've heard of Bitcoin, but it wouldn't interest me. I have no interest in Bitcoins or whatever they're supposed to be. I have enough trouble keeping pounds, shillings, and pence. No, it's not a painting. It's the way that they do. It's a photograph, but it's the way they do it on kind of like a canvas, so it looks like it's painted. Yeah, but it isn't actually painted. It's just I don't know how they do it. Photographers do it. Yeah, yeah. My two nieces have not really showed a lot of interest in it. My elder niece can knit, but crocheting's a bit beyond her unless she's doing a blanket. But my younger niece, no, she can sew. She can do all kinds of things like that, but she can't. She can knit, but she's not interested in it, if you know what I mean. My sister-in-law used to knit, but she doesn't do it. But she used to be a beautiful sewer. My sister-in-law used to make all the children's clothes when they were little, my two nieces' clothes. And she's a whiz at doing curtains and stuff, or she used to be, but she's 83 now, so she's a bit beyond. I need to have another go at Tunisian. I've got about 3 books. I've even got a DVD, not a DVD, a CD of how to do Tunisian, and I still haven't really mastered it. Ian, that used to come on here, he can do Tunisian. He made me a lovely washcloth. I've got it in my bathroom. Because he said to me, "I hope you're not using it as a dishcloth." I went, "No, I'm not." I said, "It's a washcloth. It's in my bathroom." He did it in, it called Sugar and Cream. It was in shades of blues. He made it for me. It's a lovely stitch as well. Where has he been? Oh. Ian, I don't know. He does have anxiety issues, Ian, so I don't know. I've not heard from him for a while. I think I have his phone number somewhere. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm all right with sewing bits. I used to sew clothes when I was young. Used to make my own clothes and my own dresses and that, but they weren't fancy. Like they were more what I used to call shift dresses and like under the bust kind of dresses. I used to do darts and everything. I used to line woolen dresses. But then, clothes became so much cheaper in comparison to wages, so I started buying things, yeah. I only use my sewing machine. I've got quite a lot of dresses that um, are too long. I've put them away actually now, the summer dresses are put away at the minute. But when they come out again, I must have shrunk since I bought them because I'm tripping over the front of them and I cannot be bothered to hand sew the whole lot of them. I hand sewed the last 2 dresses I bought that were too long because I was going to wear them over Christmas. But I've never done quilting at all, never. I mean, there's a lady who comes to knit club. She makes the most fabulous, like, she made a bag like in quilting, a sort of project bag. And it's so pretty. They're like hexagonals, all in different patterns. It's so pretty. And she's hand stitched all of it. I wish I had her patience. You could never tie a knot at the end. All my dresses, I used to line all my dresses because back in the day they used to be wool. And I've always been a bit of an itchy coo. Yeah. Oh yeah, I used to make all my dresses. I used to go dancing, and those days you used to dress up to go dancing. And I used to make halter neck tops and long dress tops because maxi dresses were fashionable back in the late 60s, early 70s. And I used to make psychedelic, like, tops that I wore with trousers, big wide trousers. Yeah, I used to make all that sort of stuff. But you see, there was no cheaper clothing outlets back in the day. There was C&A, but there was no like Primark, no cheap clothes. If you bought anything, it was from a like a boutique type place, and they were all very expensive. That's why I used to wear crochet dresses a lot. But I used to make all the linings because you could never get the underwear to match. So I used to get lining material and make like a little dress that went underneath the crochet dress. I'm just sad I haven't got one photograph left I ever took when I was wearing crochet dresses. Mm. Oh, I made my maternity dresses, Denise. There was no way I was paying a fortune for. I made myself like pinafore dresses. They just had a round neck and they were just like an A-line shape. I wore them for. Do you remember foam back fabric? That's where I made my pinafore dresses in foam back fabric. Yeah, I made myself 2 or 3 of those and I wore them to work. My aunt, we used to go to jumble sales and we would buy ladies' dresses and maybe they'd get a tear in them or they'd have a one to, and she would cut them down and make dresses for me. She made a coat for me once out of a lady's coat. But it was after the war and there just wasn't, everything was on coupons. But if you bought something second hand at a jumble sale, I suppose it's the forerunner of what you would call a thrift shop or whatever. You used to go and my mum used to buy jumpers, sweaters that were wool and had maybe holes in them or something, and she would unravel them all and make bonnets and mittens or scarves with them. Yeah. One of my aunts used to do fantastic embroidery. She used to embroider tablecloths and everything. Really beautiful. She taught me to embroider when I was a kiddie, but I never really. I can do lazy daisy stitch and I can do a few bits and bobs, but I just never had the patience. I could teach myself again, I suppose. But I just never had the patience to do embroidery. And cross stitch, no. Too little, too tiny, too whatever. I couldn't see them. All them little titchy witchy. Oh no. No patience. I got an American book one time. I haven't got it now. And it was wool embroidery. It was like all 3D. And I really liked that. I never did it, mind you, but I really liked that. They were like stood out. You did it on a woolen. You made a woolen cardigan that was plain, and then you embroidered these flowers, and they were quite thick. Like 3D effects, like tulips and everything. And I always wanted to do that, but I never ever did. Now, of course, I don't have the magazine. Long gone in the midst of time. Yeah. I still got my very first American magazines. Needlework and Craft, it was called, and my mother used to get them for me before I was married. So I would be maybe 18 to 20 when she bought me these. They only came out, I think there was 2 a year came out. They were called McCall's Knitting and Craft. And, I used to love them. Love them. I still got them. So we're talking what? When I was 20? 65, 63, 1963, 1965, maybe 1966 or 7, because I got married in 1968 and my mum stopped buying them for me then. She said I had to buy my own. And I couldn't get anybody, any local newsagent to order them for me after that. And there was no such thing as the internet, so. Oh, my ex-husband made those string pictures with nails in wood and that gold fingering. You remember the gold thread? We made loads of them. You used to stretch fabric, didn't you, over a frame and then knock all the little nails in. He made loads of them. We haven't got any of them left now, of course, obviously. They went out of fashion, didn't they? Yeah, everybody was making them. You got the special little gold nails. You didn't do it with ordinary nails. You had to be little gold nails. And he did it with gold thread. Yeah, he made some very pretty ones. Very pretty pictures he made. Don't know whatever happened to them all. Probably got dirty, dusty. We probably threw them out, yeah. I remember making cushion covers and pictures with that. Is it called binker? It's a bit like the canvas that you do the cross stitches on, but bigger. We used to do it with wool. We used to do like zigzags and stuff. We used to make cushion covers and things with them. Yeah. I bought some binker actually because I was going to make, well, I still will, going to make carpets with wool, for my doll's house when I started. So I got 2 pieces of this Aida, they called, or Aida, pieces that are like the size of the doll's house room. I just bought 2 pieces to see if I could make a carpet with them, use fine wool, do some like cross stitch on, make a carpet. Full of ideas, I haven't done a thing. A friend of mine, she's doing a doll's house up as well. But she's got as far as painting hers. I haven't got as far as painting mine. My son said I have to do it in the in the outside. But at the moment, there's no table outside, so I could put it on to paint it. He said I can't do it in the shed because the fumes would be terrible, so I haven't done that. Yeah. Anyway, it's getting past midnight now and everybody's gone to bed except me. So I think I'll be turning in now. I've been on for nearly 3 hours anyway, so I think I've done very well. You've all done very well. Mr. What's it from Have You Been Served? Yeah. Oh, I've forgotten about them. My mittens are here. My fingerless mittens are here. I bought these off Moonbeams and Mayhem. I keep saying I'm going to put a top in because if I was on my scooter, my fingers would get cold. So I think, although I love them, I'm going to get some wool and crochet around the top and make them into proper mittens. Yeah, because they're really, really warm. Because they're lined with fleece. Oh yeah, my auntie used to do that, peg rugs. I started one when I was engaged, never finished it. And my auntie finished it off for me. Right. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's an appointment for the diabetic assessment. I think I've still got a rug hook somewhere. I used to use a rug hook for doing fringe, on a scarf. Instead of using a crochet hook, I used to use a rug hook to fringe scarves with. So we shall see what we shall see. Yeah. Anyway, you might see some very strange videos of me in the future, but they're going to be selling videos. So if you're not interested in that kind of thing, then just give them a miss. But I need to try and sell my stuff somehow. So if you see some strange videos and they're not your thing, well, just bypass them, yeah. Because I need to get rid of them somehow. Anyway, good night, everybody. Thanks all for your company, and I hope you stay safe and well until next week, and I will see you all then. So bye, everybody. Bye for now. Bye now.